Hello, we're Group 9, and our topic is Information Technology and Intelligence Levels.
Since the adoption of the internet by schools, homes, and scholars, the majority of the population has had access to large amounts of information. Every person with access to a computer, tablet, or smartphone can search up on most topics, and through the help of Wikipedia, news websites, or other informative websites, they can obtain an answer in a matter of seconds. Technology has entered the classrooms by storm. From interactive web apps designed to teach preschoolers about basic math and grammar, to online textbooks to reduce the number of hard copies being printed and increase their access to essential resources. Tablets are replacing notebooks, and a vast amount of information previously found only at libraries or museums is now within reach of the vast majority of students. At work, information about customers, previous products, codebase, and all other research necessary for R&D is available from a click away. All of this technology is driven by data, exponentially increasing every year. Can this data help people, students, and others become smarter, or is it the amount of available information simply too overwhelming and increases laziness while decreasing the motivation to seek for the information in the first place?
In the last few decades, technology in classrooms has increased exponentially. Smart whiteboards, tablets, projectors, computers, and other technologies are used every day for interactive and information-driven lectures. As of 2017, a study by the Statistic Brain Research Institute shows that 72% of teachers used LCD and DLP projectors in class, while 57% used interactive whiteboards. Furthermore, statistics also show that students and teachers agree on the usefulness of technology in the classroom. Again, according to the Statistic Brain Research Institute, 64% of students agreed that tablets and the content accessible through them help them study more efficiently, while 81% of teachers think that they can enrich classroom learning. Studies also show a quantitative increase in the student scores when exposed to technology and the increased availability of information. Math scores increased by 20% 1 year after using tablets during study periods, while students noticed an increase of 15% in their test scores after playing motion math for 20 minutes a day. Not only are students exposed to technology from a young age, enabling them to quickly learn the ins and outs of certain applications, these applications use novel ways of providing the always increasing amount of information, whether it's through games, quizzes, videos, etc. The quantity of information also allows students to be more critical of what they learned, since they can double-check and often triple-check the given information. This availability of information in a matter of seconds keeps teachers and professors at a higher standard and in the end provides the new generation with education of higher quality.
At work, companies such as Salesforce and SAP have become increasingly important through their use of data and the tools they provide to capture, store, and interact with said data. These ICT companies allow salesmen, managers, engineers, and executives to think of how to use the information provided, rather than spend their time looking for this information. The focus is on logical and sometimes illogical connections between different pieces of data to make informed decisions.
While information technology may increase the quantity and availability of information for the population, it also increases the quantity of erroneous or false information. Previously, when researching on a subject, people would often go to the library and obtain this information from books, encyclopedias, or other sources. These published sources would be either peer-reviewed or at the very least redacted in case false information was present.
Information technology, on top of potentially providing erroneous information, enables the crutch effect within the population due to their high reliance on the necessary information being available. Kaspersky Lab, after researching the reliance of people on these sources of information, concluded that the Google effect exists, where people feel safe knowing that the knowledge exists just a click away, and are happy to treat the web like an extension of their own memory. A recent study suggests that 90% of people are suffering from digital amnesia, with 70% not knowing their children's phone numbers. With such high reliance on the sources of information, knowledge is outsourced, reducing the brain's overall capacity to retain information on the long term. Just like muscles, the brain is in constant need of memory stimuli to properly retain large amounts of information. And due to the digital age, this skill is more and more put aside.
Ultimately, the ability of information technology to make people smarter boils down to the presentation of this data. As more data is captured, there will be an increasing need for new ways to present it in such a way that will convey the important information while not overwhelming the reader. The solution to this ongoing problem is not perfect, but through adaptive learning, smart manipulation of the data, and accurate delivery through means such as Alexa from Amazon or the Google Assistant, the future seems bright.